to high school volleyball, and it will not get much bigger than this prior to the tournament, as both these teams, well, they've already played once this year. Welcome to New Lexington High School. The Panthers hosting the Colts of Meadowbrook. As I mentioned, they have played one previous game this season. Meadowbrook won that at home 3 sets to 2. And they have New Lexington, that is their only loss. Meadowbrook's only loss came in their first match of the season as they lost to Dover. So, both of these teams just one loss. In New Lexington's case, it is to Meadowbrook. And there is no losses for Meadowbrook in the league. One loss, and that being to Meadowbrook for New Lexington. I hope you understood all that. What it really comes down to, this is a really big match tonight here at New Lexington High School. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Kevin Rao, along with South 60 Films tonight. We're so glad that you are with us. You can tell it's a festive atmosphere here in Perry County tonight. They've opened up both sides of the gym tonight. That is not always the case for volleyball, but it is tonight to fit everybody in here, as a lot of people have ventured in from Meadowbrook supporting their team as well. So the introductions finishing up on the court is New Lexington being introduced now. Both these teams highly ranked in the state in their divisions, as Meadowbrook in the top 10 in Division 3, New Lexington just outside the top 10, but not very far outside the top 10 in Division 5. So these are teams that won't match up in the postseason, but these contests give them a lot of good preparation for the postseason this year. And we're looking forward to tonight's match again. What's interesting, New Lexington all season long, they've only lost 7 sets. 3 of those were to Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook's only lost 6, and 2 of those were to New Lexington. So you talk about a couple of teams getting ready to do battle, and they will now reintroduce themselves, although they really don't need a reintroduction at this point. They know each other's teams. This New Lexington team, not much different than last year in terms of the talent they bring to the court. Head coach Alyssa Board has done a wonderful job here at New Lexington with this crew. Kelly Zender is the coach of Meadowbrook. And they too have a lot of talent that returns from last season. New Lex will be in the black to your left on the screen. And Meadowbrook will have the orange jersey. So they're the same colors, but fortunately, not unlike the JV game that we just watched, everybody was in white. So now we'll get a little differentiation, make it a little bit easier for us. So again, New Lex in black, Meadowbrook in the orange. Libero now enters for New Lex. That is Gracie Newland. Newland will serve first, and she is a good one on the serve. And then she'll be the libero, which means she has to only play on the back line. When that comes up, she'll come off the court. And usually it's for Snedeker, the now sophomore, who's a great middle hitter. The libero on the other side in the white jersey for Meadowbrook, that's Journey Nicola. Newland a senior, Nicola a senior at the libero spot. And we are ready to get underway. Again, it's Gracie Newland to serve. Good knuckleball, played well. And the set comes across the net. A little out of system this time for Meadowbrook, but able to convert. Long hit. Nicola puts it in play. And the big hit! Block! Great block at the net by Lena Fink. Stands 5'10", but plays like she's about 6'3". Really got up on that one. So 1-0, Newland again with the serve. And a hit over from Nicola. Set up the hit, gets the back line. In the first 2 points, Lena Fink has played well. She got the block for the first point, that time the kill for point number 2. Newland with her third serve to try to put New Lex up 3-0. Set comes to the left. A good hit. Almost into the net, but a nice save at the net. Pushed across. Meadowbrook to hit, and that'll be in for the point. Good middle hit from Nora Smithberger, senior. Want to point out, too, we saw a couple of big hits from Addie Schulteis as well. Number 11, she is just a freshman. Set up, cross court it goes. Nicola sets it up, but a little too far back. And Addie Sitchna couldn't quite get enough arm underneath it. So New Lex leads it now 3-1. The set from Sitchna, the hit. Almost to the net, but another good play. It'll be pushed across by Chloe Dick. Outside hit coming down the line. Chloe Dick will push it across. Sitchna at the net, and the point will go to Meadowbrook. A couple of blockers that time at the net, including the freshman Addie Schulteis, and she's number 11. Well, she looks like much more than a freshman. A lot of poise in the middle of the court for the Colts. Deep it goes, Newland. Burkhart sets it. The hit across, but played well by the Colts. There's a block, but did they get into the net? And that's going to be the call. So we're tied at 3. Kara Launder serving it up for the Colts. Right-hander goes deep, Newland. Burkhart. Chloe Dick goes deep with it. Sitchna, little push, little fake on the kill. Burkhart, far side block, and that stays in. And that was the freshman Schulteis on the block for the winner. And Meadowbrook with their first lead of this first set. Four, 3. Short serve this time. Dick had to go down and get it. Newland will hit it over. Set by Nat Norman in the middle. Schulteis, and somebody got into the net. And that's going to go back over to Meadowbrook. Looked as though Lena Fink might have got into the net a little bit. Called from the opposite side referee on that one. So 5-3. And two-hand push across. This time it's Meadowbrook that gets a little close. So New Lex to within a point, 5-4. And it will be Carolyn Dupler to serve. Dupler, a 5'8" senior. Good serve to the middle. Set. And a good hit by Valentine, but right back at her. Trying to go cross court that time was Norman. Chloe Dick, and just got a little bit too much of it. It'll go deep and go to Meadowbrook, who now leads at 6-4. Remember that we're best of 5 sets in this one. First 4 sets go to 25. You got to win by 2. If both teams win 2, there you get a point as Newland can't quite get under it. And Meadowbrook on top now, 7-4. But the 5th set will go to 15, and you got to win by a couple if we get that far. They did in the first time these ladies met at Meadowbrook. Chloe Dick, deep but playable. Nat Norman hits it, and the block goes in. Burkhart, who stands only 5'4", but if there's a player in the league that plays taller than their height, it is Georgia Burkhart. So back to within 2. New Lex with the serve. That's Michaela McCoy. Pushing it across is Norman. Burkhart sets it in the middle. Snedeker, and the touch across. Everybody waiting for the big hit, and she just great finesse for the point. Pulls New Lex within a point. McCoy with her second serve. Deep, played by Launder. Set on the outside. Burkhardt, and she zigged, everybody else zagged, and falls on the court, and a point for Meadowbrook. A couple of replacements. Fink back in there for McCoy. They have to report. Now, the person that plays libero does not. They can just run onto the floor. So, Gracie Newland back on for New Lex. Goes deep. Newland will set across court. Snedeker pushes it across. In the middle, hit right back, but well played, and they were trying to run a play, and when you're that tall, Lila Thompson, she just couldn't get out of the way as they tried to go cross court with it. She had the nice block, though, earlier in the point. Deep it goes. Nicola Wright, it's a joust at the net. Comes back to Meadowbrook. Sade, will it go over? No. That'll be a point to Meadowbrook. And frankly, I've not used the term joust all that much in my announcing career with volleyball, but that's when they came up recently, and that's when the players both have an equal touch at the net, and you joust to win to push it over on the other side of the net. Burkhardt sets it, Chloe Dick down the line. But there is Nicola, the block! Smithberger went up, and then a good outside effort by Layla Baker. 9-8, New Lex with the serve, getting to within a point here in the first set. Sichna hits it, and somebody got in the net again. Well, I tell you, it's really tense. Everybody trying to go up as close as they can to get that block, because what you want to do is you want to go up, slant your arms forward. You can go over the net, just can't hit it. Nicola on the serve. Burkhardt to the outside, Snedeker. And a nice play to get it forward by Sichna. Deep into the court, Newland with the set. The block, Snedeker hit it. But there you saw Snedeker was maybe a couple of feet off the net. The blockers, including Smithberger and Schulteis, closer to the net, and they had the advantage. Up by 3 is Meadowbrook. Burkhardt, outside set, down the line. And the touch over. Good job by Dupler to keep it going. Set to the far. There's Schulteis is it in. It is. We're watching a freshman who is going to be dominant in this league for years to come. Addie Schulteis, 5'9" freshman. She still may have some growing to do. She's already up and over the net and just absolutely slamming it. Nicola. Burkhardt. And are they going to say that was tipped? It was tipped at the net on the hit by Dupler. So point to New Lex. They pull back to within 3, 12-9. And Newland, who may be their best server, back to hit it away. Right-hander. And just hits the top of the net, but comes over. Little back set. Good job by Burkhardt. Keep it going. The hit is blocked. There's Burkhardt again. Dick will set it to the outside. Little too wide, so they'll have to hit it across. A nice play to keep it going. There's Schulteis. Nice block. Pushes it across. There's Burkhardt. Dick to the outside. Cross court it goes from Dupler. There's Schulteis down the line. And she has made her presence felt here in the early going. Addie Schulteis. Back into the game for Meadowbrook comes Presley Valentine. She replaces Summer Ginn. Addie Sichna on the serve. Set, far side, stays on the New Lex side. Diving, nice job from the New Lex side. Tip at the net, Dick. Burkhardt, and then just a little deep as Layla Baker got it coming down. And it goes a little bit longer. We're going to get a timeout called. So we'll take that timeout. 14-9 our score. Meadowbrook on top. And we're just early on. We hope you don't go anywhere. So the first timeout called of the game. Meadowbrook on top 14-9. Kevin Rao with you tonight from New Lexington High School on South 60 Films. You gotta give me one of those bright orange shirts that you guys are wearing. I'm now down to an XL, so if you can see your way, I'm just saying. I know you pay me, I get it. But I love shirts, I love swag. We had a good one going on here tonight. Meadowbrook up 14-9. A lot of good play from both sides so far. Addie Sitchner to serve it. Burkhart to the outside, and the touch goes wide. So another point for Meadowbrook as Baker just tried to finesse it down the line. Goes just a smidge wide. Sitchner. Chloe Dick goes down to get it. Burkhart into the middle, and just couldn't get it at the top. Was Lena Fink, and it stays on the New Lex side. They're down now by 7, 16-0. Again, New Lex's only loss this year was at Meadowbrook. Sitchner across. Burkhart, and that was a tip. Good hit on the far side from Caroline Dupler. That time caught it right at the top. When New Lex does that, they're hard to corral. I say that the Colts corralling, that was not intended, sorry. On the serve is Layla Baker. Comes across on the left hand, nice save. Just getting it over. The touch across, Baker. Then Burkhart, and then another kill from Caroline Dupler. Nice play in the Meadowbrook side from Presley Valentine, but just a little better defensive effort by New Lex. Serve goes deep. Nat Norman keeps it alive. Schulteis, her shot blocked. And boy, that would have been close to the line, but you can't take the chance. Norman can't quite save it on the sideline. A couple of quick points for New Lex gets them to within 4, 16-12. Again, we're in the first set tonight. Baker on the serve, right at the net. Back set, just a little too tall as Nora Smithberger ran the play nicely from Addie Sitchner, but Smithberger just a step out of play there wide. 3-point lead now. Another good serve from Baker, and that one will go out. Okay, a good serve is when you just clear the net and it goes to the back line in a knuckleball fashion, and that's exactly what Baker did there. We'll take one more quick time out, catch our breath. New Lex, 3 quick points to get to within 2. We're still in the first set. We're back. New Lex has scored 3 quick ones to get to within 2. 16-14 first set. Settle in, we're going to be here for a while tonight. Good serve, and this one just goes deep. Again, she was trying to get that end line with Baker. So 17-14, and into the match to serve is Kara Launder, junior, a defensive specialist. And she started the game serving, so she must be a good one. Burkhart set it up for Fink. The block, able to get it back over, was New Lex. Back set, left-hander. There's Baker to send it across. The set, and hit hard, but Norman hit it, and that one blocked out. A great dig by Gracie Newland on the big-time hit from Valentine. So when you see a great play, and then it gets matched by an even greater play, that's what you saw right there. Both teams playing well. 2-point lead again. As New Lex cuts into the edge for Meadowbrook, and I think we're going to get a tip at the net. We are. Looked as though Lena Fink got a hand on it. And the freshman phenom, Schulteis, involved in that one, and she'll go back to serve now. Third squad up by 3. Floats one to the back line. Dupler able to send it. Dick ends up at the net, touching it across. Big hit from Norman. Dick right back at him. Diving save by Schulteis. Cross court it goes. Out of system that time. Then the touch across, but there's Launder to get to a knee and grab it, and then a spinner across, and that one will go out. I don't know how Valentine was able to get that spinner back over. That was, who knows where that's going to go when it's spinning that hard. Went right for Meadowbrook, not so well for New Lex. Good serve, Dick down to dig it out. Fink across. Schulteis with the dig. Set. Floated over. Burkhart for Chloe Dick. Tip. The set right in the middle, but there, nice play by Dupler to keep it going. Set comes cross court to Norman. Diving save by Dupler. Dick on the far side goes cross court. Back set, the touch. The block still alive, and it comes over. What a rally. Fink, the one arm save, the tap and the block in the middle. It comes over from Sichna. Burkhart to Dick, the touch into the middle, the save, and it just can't quite convert. The dive by Launder to dig it out, but just could not find anybody as she got the forearm on it. That's fun. If you're not cheering for either team, that's just good volleyball right there. The dig by Norman. Sichna the set, cross court it goes. Snedeker sets it, Dick hits it over. The block on Norman's kill attempt. A little joust at the net. And this one will go to New Lex. Student section starting to come alive across the way for the Panthers. In to serve it is Michaela McCoy. The set, and a good kill from the big left hand from Presley Valentine. Fink back in as they wanted to get Michaela McCoy in to serve. Also back in is the libero Gracie Newland. Chloe Dick on the dig. Burkhart sets it up for Dick. Back line and got it right in between a couple of players. Nicola made the big dive, and Ginn was not able to get her arm on it, so that'll go to New Lex, 2018. Tell you, I didn't make any dinner reservations after this tonight, I'll tell you, because you'd have no idea how deep this is going to go. The floater, Launder digs it out, the set across and the touch. Forearm by Snedeker. Dick falls away, able to get it over. Long set from Nicola, and then the hit wide from Norman. And when you're on the outside like that, you got a couple of choices. You can try to go cross court, or you can come down the line and you try to mix that up when you can. And over the head touch that time to get it across. Dick goes cross court. Good dig, and then the touch across. There's Burkhart. The set by Dupler. A little bit deeper than she wanted. Chloe Dick not able to get it across on the kill attempt. And I forget how fast the New Lex folks put the score up here. They are good. So when I look, they're right. It's just that easy. 21-19, Meadowbrook on top. Burkhart will set it. Chloe Dick on the other side, and she'll get that in. She has a way. It's not really, I don't want to say it's unorthodox, but she has a way of kicking out a leg when she does that it looks like she's not that high in the air, because most jumpers, when you leap, you put your legs together pretty much. She still gets way up there. So watch for that next time. And it allows her to make some kind of, as she's falling away, that normal people can't do. There she's able to dig it out. Burkhart will set it cross court to Baker. And Layla Baker, the sophomore, gets the kill, and we are just like that tied at 21. Who'd have thunk it? Chloe Dick with the serve. Deep it goes to Ginn. Big hit from Thompson, but blocked back at him. The touch across and a nice save by Burkhart. Set again for Smithberger, and she'll get it in for Meadowbrook to retake the lead. Schulteis back in. She will replace Lila Thompson for Meadowbrook. And it'll be the libero Nicola to serve it. Meadowbrook, the 1 point lead. Again, you got to win by 2 as we go to 25. Burkhart. Baker across. Nicola able to dig it out. Set up for Schulteis. Is that in? It is. And there she elected to go down the line. And you had Burkhart leaning just a little bit to the middle. And that ball was right on the line. In fact, the outer half of the ball, or inner half, I guess it would be, was on the line. We're going to get a timeout called by New Lex. We'll take it 23-21, Meadowbrook on top as we look for the finish of this first set. So 23-21, Meadowbrook on top in this first set here at New Lexington. Kevin Rao and the good folks from South 60 Films doing double duty tonight. They're over doing some soccer as well. Did I call that right? That's where they sent the A team. So Matt Mahalko and I are just kind of slumming it over here. No, we're having a great time. This is a place, no slight to soccer, but this is the place to be tonight. Great crowd here. A lot of people from Meadowbrook made the trip. They try to finish out this first set up 23-21. Burkhart for Snedeker. Boy, she put it in the middle of the back two, right on the line. And now she'll go out and get the plaudits of her home team. That's the way you do it when you know you're coming out. Just kill one in convincing fashion and gets the Panthers to within 1. Newland, the deep serve in the corner. Nicola digs it out, and will it stay in? Nope, goes out. Right on the line. Really good block attempt, and it'll be set point for Meadowbrook. 24-22. Addie Sichna to serve it. The floater, and they're not going to get it. That might have gone out. It's one of those calls. You got to go for it. And that will do it for the first set as it goes 25-22. So we're going to take just a quick break here tonight. That's set 1. We got a bunch more coming up, folks, so don't go anywhere. Meadowbrook leads at 1-0 here at New Lex. Kevin Rao with you in New Lexington High School tonight. South 60 Films, Matt Maholko directing tonight. Alex out of the 21st Century program here at New Lexington High School. We're lucky we get students to help us. And Alex is running the camera tonight. 25-22, our first set tonight. Meadowbrook got the win, and they were the victor at Meadowbrook earlier in the year. The only loss for New Lexington so far this season. And the first one, Chloe Dick not able to handle the serve from Nicola, and it goes out of bounds. So Meadowbrook starts with the first point in this one. There we go. Now we're everybody kind of waiting. I'm not sure what was going on. Nicola, great serve, and that'll be in. When your libero can serve like that, that does not hurt. Of course, Gracie Newland on the New Lex side does the same thing. And she will be serving first when New Lex gets possession, gets the point. And I think there's some discussion with the crowd, just you know, have some respect. I think, I don't know. I'm a long ways away from her. This one into the tape. But she tried to just get it over the tape. So point for New Lex, 2-1 Meadowbrook early going. And it will not be Newland first, it'll be Layla Baker, the sophomore, to serve first. Good hard serve. Sitchna, the set in the middle. And Schulteis blocked in the middle by Lena Fink. So the senior blocks the kill attempt from the freshman. We're tied at 2, just like that. Baker. Well, she good hard to the back line. Back set. Baker, nobody's going to be able to get to it. Good hustle by Newland and just waiting to see who else was back there. Georgia Burkhart. So 3-2. Meadowbrook with it back again. Sitchna, the setter on the serve. To Newland. Back set. Good forearm over from Norman. Right back over. Good dig by Sitchna. Norman on the kill attempt off the rafter. And that's just hard. You got to play it off that beam that comes across. And it sent it backwards and not able to time it up. So Meadowbrook up 4-2. Sitchna with another serve. Really good setter. Floats this one across. Dick, Burkhart, and then Fink on the kill for New Lex. That was about as in system as you can get right there. That was nicely done. That'll send Caroline Dupler back to serve it. New Lex trailing by just a point, and we're early on, 4-3. Sitchna, and it'll go to Schulteis. This time the freshman wins it. Tipped and then ended up going out, but it tipped before that. Back up by 2 is Meadowbrook, 5-3. And it'll be Kara Launder on the serve. Goes cross court, knuckleball, Burkhart with the set. And down the line it goes from Chloe Dick. A forearm, but can't bring it back into play for Meadowbrook, and New Lex back to within a point. Gracie Newland will step in, libero to serve it. Newland, a 5'4" senior. To the back line it goes, Launder. Sitchna, a floater across. Burkhart looking for Chloe Dick. Hard hit to the back line. Left-hander coming and just out from Presley Valentine. Valentine, you know her, she's got that big left hand to hit it across, and we're tied at 5. Newland. Sitchna, short set for Schulteis. This time she'll go wide. And a Nat Norman kill cross court that got tipped but couldn't be controlled. So we're tied at 6, and Schulteis goes to the back line to serve it. Again, a 5'9" freshman. Good serve. Chloe Dick on the kill attempt. There goes Valentine with that left-handed kill attempt. Both teams staying in system. In the middle is Thompson. She sends it across. Chloe Dick to the middle back. And trying to float it in there, but good play by New Lex. That one hard hit right back at him. And there's Snedeker. Did she hit the net? Nope. It was Meadowbrook that got into the net. And it will go to New Lex. We're tied at 6. 1-0 Meadowbrook on top after winning the first set 25-22. Playing the best of 5. And that'll go deep as Lila Thompson on the hit. She was in the same area as it was also Nat Norman was in the vicinity. To the back line, Launder. And again, somebody got a little bit, oh, that one, sorry, that Presley Valentine hit that out. Valentine couldn't quite get her feet underneath her to make a good jump at it. Burkhart, and they're going to say that was it. I tell you, we've got good line judges. They haven't hesitated on these, and calls have been good. That one in, and Meadowbrook gets to within 1. Summer again, the senior, on the serve. Flat serve to the middle back, Chloe Dick. Good dig out of the back. And the shot blocked, and it'll go out by Snedeker. And that'll be a point. Meadowbrook, we're tied at 8. Summer again on the serve again. Deep, Newland there to dig it. Burkhart to Chloe Dick. She goes again to the middle deep. And this one will go out. Lila Thompson, the junior, she stands at 6 feet. She looks a little taller than that. Maybe she grew during the season after they did the roster. Just, again, couldn't quite go straight up for that one. Got a little deep on it. Sichnet sets it up for Norman. Good dig by Newland. Dupler, across it goes. Outside set, and a forearm, but just the top of the forearm for Chloe Dick. And good kill by the Meadowbrook Colts. We're tied at 9. Nat Norman, the junior, back to serve it. Dupler, the dig, the set from Burkhart. And that one will find room. Nora Smithberger, the senior. I don't know if she saw it going up and knew where she was going, but she couldn't have triangulated that one any better in the middle of the floor. Norman with another serve. Her squad now up by a point, 10-9. Setting it, and just across. And Snedeker able to touch it across a couple times, and then the kill attempt from Smithberger will go deep. Back into the match is Lena Fink and Michaela McCoy, the sophomore, who will go back to serve it. Hit across. Really good at the net from Smithberger. Nat Norman as well. And coming out after the serve will be Michaela McCoy. And next year, you're going to look for her wearing that different colored jersey. She looks to take over for Newland next year. Fink with the two-hand touch. Back set. Good dig by Fink. Long hit by Newland. Cross court to Schulteis, and a big block as both Baker and Fink went up to block it back. And they're looking for the double block now on Schulteis whenever she goes to the net. Tied at 11. Baker, good serve to the back line. And that'll go where no Meadowbrook player wants to go, toward the student section in New Lex. They have been active. New Lex now with the 12-11 lead. Baker, and she has a terrific serve. And this one hits the tape. She almost made me regret saying that because I thought it was going to hit and come back, but instead she made me look good because it hit and went over, and she showed what a good server she is. She'll do it again now with her team up by 2. This one toward the net. Nice play by Sichna to get it back in there. Dupler on the kill attempt right at the net. The touch, and there's Fink. The senior middle hitter, and indeed she hit that one into some empty space for the point. Biggest lead of this set for New Lex, 14-11. Baker, another good serve, but dug out. Schulteis deep. We're going to get a timeout called by Meadowbrook as they are down 4. That's the biggest margin tonight for the Colts that they've trailed. We'll take a quick timeout. 15-11, New Lex on top, trailing 1-0. Four-point lead for New Lexington, and they still have the serve. Layla Baker, the sophomore, has been serving it well. This time more of a knuckleball. Sichna to Schulteis. There's Newland. Can anybody get to it? No. You knew Burkhart was going to be there somewhere. Newland would have been had she not hit it first. But instead of Meadowbrook point, it'll go 15-12. New Lex still with a 3-point lead here in set number 2. Hit across. It'll be Fink to get it across. Sichna sets up. That was Norman, no. Sorry, that was Smithberger in the middle. This time she touches it across. Sichna, and it will be Smithberger that goes across with it. There's Fink. Sichna comes to Schulteis, and it was out. Not by much. And you'll see the first person you saw call that was head coach Alyssa Board. Wait a minute, do we have a reversal? Well, apparently we don't. Alyssa Board called it out, and then the line judge called it out, and then overruled by the referee on the tower. 2-point lead now for New Lex. Down the line. And a touch across from Valentine. Did she get into the net? She did. She's going to say she did with her leg. I think these officials have been doing a good job of it. Back to a 3-point lead for New Lex, 16-13. Dupler across with it right at the net. Sichna, Schulteis going down for the dig into the net and just can't keep it alive. Nobody ever quits on these points. If you want to see a match, if you have a young one, either a boy or girl who wants to play volleyball at home, they should be watching this match. These are fundamentally sound players tonight, well coached by both sides. Chloe Dick went cross court that time, but Nat Norman kept it alive. At the net it goes. Sichna all the way out to Norman, and she hits it in. She had a couple of choices that time. She could have gone to Schulteis short in the middle. Instead, she came out to Nat Norman outside, who went cross court for the winner. Meadowbrook to within a point. Nicola hits, I'm sorry, that was Launder hits it across, but the kill for New Lex, and they go back up by 2. Fink comes out. We get Snedeker into the ball game, into the volleyball match. And it'll be Gracie Newland to serve it. Deep it goes. Launder able to dig it out and to the back row and just in between a couple of players as both Dupler and Newland. Dupler gets up a little slow, but she's not coming out. She's a tough one. She'll dive for the next one. 1 point lead for New Lex off the top of the net. Into the net it goes, and Burkhardt just couldn't find the carom off the netting. And we are tied at 17. Schulteis serves it deep, and that should, they're going to say it's in. Close. No complaint. And Meadowbrook takes the lead. They had not led since very early in this second set. Of course, they won the first set, 25-22 in the net, and that falls in. That's when you know you're living right. That ball didn't look to have enough oomph, but indeed found the right place on the tape to get across. We'll take a quick timeout. 19-17 now, Meadowbrook up by a couple, already leading a set to none. We'll be back in just a moment. So 19-17, Meadowbrook has come back. They were down by as many as 4 in this second set, but have galloped back. Is that okay? To 19-17. If New Lex does, it'll be roared back. We got it. I did my research. We know a lot about these teams. They've been good all year. Well, they've been good for a long time, let's face it. I did this game last year here at New Lex, and it was equally exciting. Schulteis, who didn't play last year because she's only a freshman this year, serves it across. The set for Snedeker, she'll push it across. Setting it as Launder, the touch over, but there's Baker into the middle. Snedeker, the push, keeping it alive is Sichna. Baker on the dig. Chloe Dick down the line, and a forearm, but Schulteis can't keep it in play. And New Lex will get the serve down by just 1, and it will be Georgia Burkhardt to serve it. One of the best setters, and I will tell you this, one of the best setters in the state of Ohio. She's really good. Sitchin, another good one. There's Newland, somebody got into the net. And it's gonna go to Meadowbrook. Not an active symbol there, but it ends up being Meadowbrook, and it'll be Summer Ginn to serve it. 20-18, the Colts on top. Burkhardt into the middle to Dick. Cross court, nice block. Does it stay in? No, it does not. Close on that sideline. As Chloe Dick was up there along with Burkhardt. 21-18 now, Meadowbrook up by 3. Good hard serve. Burkhardt, Snedeker, that's it on the back line. What a year of growth for Ava Snedeker. Last year was good as a freshman, but you can see they developed a lot more confidence at the net. And that one, she just pulverized to the back line. 21-19. Dick on the serve. Sichna bounces off the top of the net. There's Burkhardt to grab it. Dupler to the back. In the middle, the block's going to go out. And Lila Thompson had missed on her last couple, but she gets that one. Again, listed as 6 feet. She looks like she keeps right up with Snedeker, who's 6'3", listed on the program. 22-19. There's Snedeker, touches it across. A little palm ball over by Smithberger. Outside, there's Nicola to grab it. Burkhardt goes down, Dick on the set. Baker to the back line, and the sophomore gets one in there. Snedeker out, in to serve it is Michaela McCoy. With New Lex 2 behind as we get to the late goings now of this second set, with Meadowbrook already up 1-0. They won the first one 25-22. McCoy. The knuckleball across. Smithberger goes cross court. Burkhart setting up Dupler at the net, a bump. Good job by Fink to still get it over. Smithberger. Burkhart sets up, and who do we have in? And somebody went over top of the net that time. And it was either Smithberger or Thompson. So within the point is New Lex, 22-21. There's Smithberger, the touch. Burkhart there to dig it out. And that one will go wide as it goes from one side to the other, 23-21. Snedeker back in for McCoy. And Newland goes back to the back row. As Snedeker comes off. The serve from Nicola. Burkhart in the middle to Fink. Nicola there to dig it out. There's Schulteis, but able to grab it. And Baker hits it, and it's going to go in. And we're now to another set point, 24-21. Baker just took the chance. She hit it, the block just stayed in. The serve from Nicola. Big hit in the middle, that'll go to the floor as Fink, the good hard hit back to the middle from the wide side. Down by 2. And it'll be Baker to serve it. Norman digs it. Schulteis down to get it is Dick. And Dupler will send it. Nicola there. Schulteis to push across on the backhand. Schulteis will push it. Nolan able to get it in play. And that will go cross deep. Set up for Schulteis down the line. It's out. Not by much. The freshman tried to fit it in down the line, just out, and Baker will serve it on, and we'll wait. Quick timeout. We'll keep it here. Wanted to tell you a little bit about the schedules this season. So, first for the visiting Meadowbrook Colts, they lost their first match of the season this year. That was 2-0. Must have been a tournament where a lot of people played, so they played best out of 3. They lost 2-0 at Dover High School to Dover. After that, they did not lose any sets until New Lexington, later in the month, lost 3-2 or 1-3-2. They then didn't give up any sets until a month later to Riverview, and they won that one 3-2, and those are the only sets they've lost. They've only lost 6 this season, 2 of those to New Lex. New Lex gave up a couple of sets in a win at Riverview, lost to Meadowbrook, gave up a couple of sets to Circleville, and that's it for them. They've lost 7 sets this year. Just incredible. 24-23. New Lex needs to try to tie it on this point. Smithberger, across it goes Dupler. Burkhart back to Dupler. Hit is blocked at the net. And set into play, goes deep. Nolan saves it, got to get this one across. Baker does so. Sichna sets it again, the block. And what are we going to have? It's going to go to New Lex. Somebody got in the net, trying to save that ball after it was blocked. And we are tied at 24, so no longer set point for Meadowbrook. Baker serves again. This one goes hard to the back. Sichna way across court. Schulteis puts it in. Addie Schulteis timed that perfectly. Big hit into the middle of the floor. And again, a set point, not match point yet, set point for Meadowbrook. Sichna to serve it. Burkhart, quick set in the middle, and that's going to do it. Somebody got into it, trying to keep that alive on the quick set. And a second set win for Meadowbrook went 26-24. Trying to make sure we get all this because they do not waste time in erasing the board. They're ready to go. Everybody in the place. Right? Hey, let's take a quick timeout. Hey, New Lex, there's plenty of time. It'd have to be a reverse sweep as they're down 2-0, but if you watch any of these first two, completely a possibility. Don't go anyplace as New Lex tries to come back from 2 down here at home. Welcome back. Kevin Rao with you at New Lexington High School, South 60 Film. Hey, we got some more stuff going on here at New Lexington this week. Football. How good are the New Lexington Panthers? #1 in their region, just rolling along. I don't know if it was an upset at Tri-Valley, but boy, they did their job there. This week they get Coshocton here at home. And then soccer on Saturday morning, the girls first at 10 o'clock as Fairfield Union comes to New Lex. And then the boys will take on Morgan after that. And you're saying South 60 Films is not doing all of that, are they? Yes, they are. You can see all that. So we're in set 3 with Meadowbrook up a couple of sets to 0. And I will say this, Addie Schulteis, the freshman, has found her legs again. She started out hot in the first set, then didn't quite get to the top on her in terms of where she was hitting on the kill attempts. But in that second set, she found it toward the end. And it looks like she's starting there in the third. Smithberger able to dig it out, setting it for New Lex. And there's Baker out on the Dick set. Dick again digs it out. Burkhardt this time on the set. Norman digs it. Sichna back set. And was it tipped? Nope. Meadowbrook fans thought it was tipped at the net. And nope, it's going to go to New Lex. Baker with the match or the set tied at 1-1. Baker this time tries to cut it a little close, and it gets into the net. Journey Nicole, nope, she just went to get the ball, being a good teammate. She's going to give it to Kara Launder. Launder serve, cross court deep. Fink. Set it up, down to Anita, set it as Sichna. Burkhardt sets it for Dupler. Sichna again, this time for Norman. Burkhardt to Dupler, who dug it out to begin that side. And this one is going to be in. Norman goes up to get it. Puts her squad up 3-1. We were talking during the break that both these teams are going to be very thankful they played each other a couple of times this season. They are not in the same division, so this is a learning experience for both. It will make them better going to the tournament, where everybody plays. Sits in the back set, and there's the left hand of Presley Valentine down the line. Oh, did somebody get into it? I think they did. Yep, sorry about that. So it would have been good had not been an infraction at the net. Dupler to serve it. Norman. Sitchna. Schulteis trying to touch it. A couple of touches after the block. In the middle, Fig touches it over. Wide it goes. Valentine, the big hit. And Chloe Dick, she's been coming to the middle of the court on her kill attempts. Nicola shaded that way, and then Dick went down the line for the winner. We are tied at 3. I've said tied at a lot in this whole match. These teams, they can just play all night. Nice play by Nicola to dig it out. And Norman, big block. Fink takes special pride in those blocks. Just see it in her eyes. I think that's the favorite part of her game. Dupler goes deep and too deep as it goes out. You're hoping, even if it would go out, you're hoping they can't tell and it becomes an awkward attempt to dig it out. Schulteis. Chloe Dick, and this time she does go cross court and gets another winner. Perfectly set to give her the option there. Decided to go to the middle. Michaela McCoy in quickly, the sophomore to serve it. And one, and boy, put it in that tough spot for the back row and puts her team up by a couple. And just the sophomore, a defensive specialist. Probably see her at libero next season. Push across by Thompson. Sitchna to the near side. Snedeker had to go down to get it. Couldn't quite, trying to get it over to Chloe Dick, but couldn't make the play. Fink will come back in. No, I'm sorry, to be Nolan back in along with Snedeker for New Lexington. Dupler, Burkhart, Snedeker. Oh, that's the difference right there this year for Ava Snedeker. That's just unreturnable. And she's just still a sophomore. Burkhart. Good dig by Nicola. Burkhart again, this time Chloe Dick goes down the line, and it got the end line. Did it also get in on the sideline? If it did, it was right on the corner. You can't really do it any better than that. That's like a pitcher in baseball. Just get it the slightest corner for the strike. Burkhart across, Launder digs it, and just a little too tall, as Summer Ginn says, my fault, but that would have been a really tough play. Timeout called with New Lex. Again, matching their biggest lead of any of the sets so far at 4, 9-5, they're up. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. New Lexington up by 4 at home in the third set, but they need to win it because the visiting Meadowbrook Colts are up 2-0. But New Lex has come out firing here in the third set. Burkhardt across it goes. Sichna, Norman across. Setting it is Nolan. Norman again, this time comes down the line, but a good job by Nolan to dig it out. Chloe Dick, great job to go down and get that from Launder. This has to come across and does. Sichna pushes it across, perfectly played. I'll tell you, we've got two of the better setters that you're gonna see tonight. Sichna, great job. She is a senior. Georgia Burkhardt, a senior for New Lex, and both of them just playing crazy good. Burkhardt, quick set to Chloe Dick. Sichna cross-court set. Smithberger not able to find a spot. And the deep kill attempt, and it'll hit the net and find some real estate. Chloe Dick, she will try to kill that from about any angle. And it'll be Chloe Dick to serve. She comes down the line. Sichna to Smithberger. Burkhardt sets up a little touch, and they'll be able to get it. Good job by the Colt. Burkhardt goes wide. There's Dupler, but a good job to get under it by Nat Norman. Sichna will touch it across. There's Dupler again, cross court. Sichna goes wide. Smithberger down the line, and Burkhardt can't keep it in play. 10-7, New Lex lead is 3. And Journey Nicola will serve it for Meadowbrook. The jump serve, and it'll go deep. Again, she's just trying to create confusion at the back line, even if it does go long, to force a play. But instead, it's a point for New Lex. Fink back into the match for New Lexington. Good serve from Nolan at the line. Nice push. Instead of coming straight over, they got the push from Fink. She went left side, and Meadowbrook couldn't gain control. So 5-point lead for New Lex, 12-7. And Newland with another serve. Schulteis down the line, and it's good. Right on the line. And again, we've had some good of the judges, the line judges tonight, I think have done a good job. Sichna on the serve. And Baker, but going down to get it is Sichna. Dick, the dig. Fink able to hit it across. Schulteis down to get it was Dupler. Baker sends it to the back line, and she's going to say that was it. Baker, again, plays beyond her years. She's just a sophomore. But she has the confidence to attack that back line. She's just not trying to be safe with it. She's trying to win the point. And again, New Lex up by 5. She does that with that serve as well. Fink going to touch it and finds some space right at the net. That's where you know you're going to get the ball. You're trying to give a quick look to see where there might be some vacant area. And a 6-point lead now for New Lex. Baker, that time goes to the right corner. Schulteis hit back right at her. And somebody crossed. So New Lex, their biggest lead of any set in this match. 15-8, Meadowbrook will call timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as New Lex trying to come back from a 2-0 deficit. The New Lexington Panthers leading this third set 15-8 over the Meadowbrook Colts. Meadowbrook up 2-0, so the time is now for New Lexington. Baker, good serve again to the back row. Norman. Schulteis, good tip at the net. Dupler goes cross court, and another point as the Panthers have found their momentum in this third set. Again, this is the biggest margin they've had yet tonight. They've led in both of the first two sets, but Meadowbrook able to come back and get the win. Back row in that one, Nat Norman, who has been almost perfect in grabbing those on the back row. That one got a little bit more of the right forearm than the left and goes out. 17-8, Baker still back there serving it up. This one though into the net. I think you just get fatigued if you do it that much to kind of keep the same momentum. In for Meadowbrook, Kara Launder. She'll go back and serve as she replaces Nora Smithberger, who will be back in there soon. Launder, a floater, Chloe Dick on the Dick. The push, and they're going to say she carried that one a little bit. It went out as well, so it would have been a point for Meadowbrook either way. Launder again to serve it. This one though gets the tape and falls in. New Lex back to an 8-point lead at 18-10. That'll send Caroline Dupler back to serve it, the senior. Floater, Nicola, Sichna, the middle. That was Valentine trying to get it across. This one will go, and a nice hit from the backside by Nat Norman. In for Meadowbrook, the 6-foot-plus Lila Thompson. Schulteis to serve it. Floater into the middle, Newland down to get it. Dick right at the net. Great set for her that time, but able to get it was Launder. The hit, however, will go out, and it's a 19-11 lead. Back in is McCoy, who will serve it. They're checking to make sure that they got a replacement correct. They did. Burkhart was not sure about where everybody was going. Now we're set. McCoy, good serve across. Newland, and that will go off Dupler, and a point for Meadowbrook. If you ever get a chance, you should try to go out and jump and hit a volleyball at the top of your jump as hard as you can. It is not an easy thing to do. These girls make it look easy. It is not. You can look silly doing it. At the net, and the touch. That dig just a little bit on the Meadowbrook side, and the quick touch to get it across. 19-13. Meadowbrook's cut it to 6. Just ticks the top of the net. Far side Snedeker. Dick, a good fake in the middle on her lead. Norman, Newland plays it, and a push across, and nicely done. Burkhart, I don't know that has done that yet here in the match. If so, it was early on. At that time, perfect. She knew exactly where she wanted to go. 20-13. Burkhart, the left-handed serve. Sichna, cross court. The push. Dupler. Chloe Dick over. There's Norman in the block. Couldn't get it done. A little far away from the net. Smithberger back in for Meadowbrook. Will replace Presley Valentine. And Schulteis also gets a chance to sit. Serve from Norman. And Snedeker that time just didn't get it at the top. But you could see that Meadowbrook was on their heels after her last kill. New Lex still with a 20-15 lead. Norman on the serve. Newland, Schulteis the set. And that gets tipped at the net. and falls harmlessly, and another point for New Lex off the Chloe Dick kill. Dick now with the serve, up by 6 as we close in on the end of this set. Chloe Dick sets it for Dupler to the back row. Norman able to get it. Up goes Smithberger. There's Chloe Dick. Cross it goes to Dupler again. And able to go back and get it with Summer again. Quick set and a touch, but going down to get it was Norman, and then the good hit at the net by Smithberger. Schulteis back in, Thompson out. Thompson just a junior, she'll be back next year. Nicola to serve it. Dick, and again, a little more left forearm than right, and it'll go wide. Makes it 21-17. As Meadowbrook crawls back into this one, they're a 4-point down. I meant to say claw, by the way, but then I thought horses don't claw. We'll keep it right here, by the way. So I tried to compromise, just didn't. I apologize to all you out there. 21-17 it now is New Lex on top. Meadowbrook galloping back to within 4 now. And New Lex, they need to win this because if Meadowbrook takes this set, they win the match. They won the first 2. The first one was 25-22. The second one went to a little bit of extra play at 26-24. But it'll be Nicola to serve again. With the Colts trailing by just 4. They were down by as many as 8. And we are ready to go. Nicola. Newland on the dig. In the middle, the push across. They're going to say that she carried it. Yep. Good hard push from Duper, but they're going to say she just had a little too much possession. Makes it 21-18. Nicola, great serve. That knuckleball stayed short, and you could see it. It just had a weird twist at the end, and Chloe Dick couldn't get underneath it. To within 2. Again, Nicola on the serve. And Snedeker going to go deep. They're going to say it was a tip. They appeal to the referees. They're going to say, no, that did not happen. What's interesting is Snedeker is not a real emotional player, but she had an instant reaction. 21-20. Dick with the set. Cross court it goes, and we're going to be tied at 21. Good block on the far side. It was Addie Sichna that got it done. And New Lex just a little discombobulated after that no block call, no tip call. Let's see if they can gather themselves. Again, Meadowbrook up 2-0. Both coaches, and by the way, both these coaches do an outstanding job. Kelly Zender at Meadowbrook, Alyssa Board at New Lex. If you have a chance, they've got about 7 games left, 7 matches left for each one of them. You need to go watch them play. If you're in there, well, if you got to get in the car and drive a little bit, worth coming to play. If you have an interest in the sport or a young one to watch and see how kids play this sport, these are the 2 of the teams to watch play for sure. Tied at 21. And there, New Lex jumps back into the lead. Addie Baker, who again is Layla Baker, not afraid to go deep with any play that she makes, a serve or a kill. And that time Layla Baker gets the point going deep on the kill. Newland to the back row, and that's in. Referees agree. 23-21. So good time out there for Alyssa Board and her team, as they were looked a little disheveled after a couple of quick points to tie it up by Meadowbrook. And they get 2 quick points of their own to make it 23-21. Deep serve, Nicola, Sichna, Schulteis, and that'll fall short. And Meadowbrook back to within 1, 23-22. Presley Valentine in, replaces Summer Ginn. And Sichna, Addie Sichna. The quick set, and beautiful kill by, and that was Fink at the net. Lena Fink. This is set point, 24-22. Sichna, back set, cross court. Good dig from Baker. Good dig by that, and they're going to say that one's in. When I say they, that both the referees and that line judge, very close, but right on the line, and still a set point for New Lex at 24-23. Meadowbrook going to try to tie it up and send us to a little extra time. Launder across. Nicolas digs it out. The hit across. There's Baker. Quick set feed. And New Lex comes back and gets set number 3. We're going to set number 4. New Lex wins it 25-23. They were up by as many as 8. Meadowbrook came back to tie it up. When they did, New Lex took a quick timeout. Got up 24-22 at a set point. Had another set point and got it on the second one. We're going to go to set 4 with Meadowbrook still leading 2-1. We'll be back after all of us get a chance to get our breath, and we'll be back for more action. We hope you'll stay right with us. I'll tell you, I don't think it can get more exciting here in this gymnasium tonight. And we all remember where we've been, where we've seen a basketball game, a football game, a volleyball game, a soccer match. Wherever we've been, you remember these kinds of matches right here, just because of the crowd, the coaching, but most important, the play of the athletes. All of these girls on the floor tonight are going full out all the time. It's fun to watch. Set number 4, and that one a little long from Journey Nicola. So New Lex down 2-0. They get the win in set number 3. They've all been close. That one skims off part of the net, but Nicola able to get it. In the middle. That's the freshman, Addie Schulteis. We have, by the way, Addie's and Ava's and Audrey's tonight, and I apologize. I made Layla Baker in the club earlier. I apologize for that. Addie Sitchna back to serve it. Little push across. Nice job by Nicola to go get it. Good set, but it's going to come wide. Schulteis about took out the scoring bench, but now Kelly Zender's going to ask why she was not allowed to make a play. The official said it was on this side of the net. It was close. Give credit to Schulteis for pursuing it. Schulteis with the dig, Sitchna in the middle, the touch across. Smithberger with the point, and she'll come out. As coming back in is Kara Launder to serve it, tied at 2. But again, just hats off to all these kids for the way they're playing tonight. Launder, there's Dupler. And Chloe Dick, but a good job to go get it by Nat Norman. Norman will hit it across. Baker, and the push across by Fink. The thing about when Lena Fink gets the point like that, she knows where she's going with it when she goes up, because it's not consistently placed in the same spot on the floor. She's looking for that open spot, and she's a perfect job there. 3-2 New Lex up here in the fourth. Long serve and too long coming from the libero, Gracie Newland. Again, one of the better setters you will see. Addie Snitcha as well on the Meadowbrook side. Schulteis the serve. Burkhart setting up Chloe Dick. Good dig by Launder. For a beautiful smash on the far side coming from Presley Valentine. And you know, it's Valentine. She's the only one you'll see on the kill attempt with the left hand. On the New Lex side, Georgia Burkhart is a left-handed server, but doesn't usually go up. There's a perfect serve from Addie Schulteis. Set herself up on the left, came right down the line, and that's about the third time tonight she's put it right on the line from that same spot. This time she goes to the middle. Dupler, Burkhart, Chloe Dick goes cross court. There's Valentine to get it, and the block will go out as Nat Norman the kill. And Meadowbrook a quick 3-point lead at 6-3. Schulteis. This time again to the middle. There's Dupler, Burkhart, Chloe Dick, and this one will go long. Line judge was right there. Good call. Addie Schulteis, Chloe Dick, Burkhart, Snedeker right back at her. Good block at the net. And timeout quickly called by Alyssa Board and the New Lexington Panthers. They're trailing 8-3. Does not want to fall in this fourth set, because that would be the match for the Meadowbrook Colts. Take a quick timeout. We'll get our voice back and be back. It's only going to get more exciting, so we got to be ready. 8-3, Meadowbrook leads it in set 4. Quick timeout called by New Lexington as they trail right out of shoot 8-3. And they need to win this set to force a fifth. Chloe Dick, the dig, right near the net. So a push across, and well done by Burkhart. She's done that a couple of times in this set, and she will go back to serve it up. Across it goes Launder on the set. Sitchna setting up Thompson. Cross court, Dick high over the net, but good dig from the back row by Nicola. On the floor, Dupler makes the play. The over the head shot, blocked at the net, still going. Burkhardt able to get it, sends it across. Sichna, long set to the back row. Newland in the middle. Snedeker mistimed her leap by just an extra count, but able to still get on it and send it for the winner. It helps when you're 6'3" to do that, but it also helps that you stay with it. We've got a question, Alyssa Board, and I don't know if we have some moisture on the court maybe. She seemed concerned right after the point. I'm trying to see. Well, if you wonder what's going on, I think there is some moisture. They're going to get that cleaned up. But in the meantime, the two camps have started cheering against each other. I love it. Absolutely love it. And we thought it was talking to our director, Matt Maholko, and apparently what happened before is there were some glow lights that got lit back up by the students. And I can't do that during play. It's a little distracting. Burkhardt to serve, and this one's going to go out. 9-5, Meadowbrook leads it. Back into the Colt lineup comes Summer again, replacing Presley Valentine. Hit to the middle, there's Newland. Set, and good block at the net, good hustle by Launder to go get it. But then trying to turn around and hit it was Matt Norman. That'll go into the netting. And 3-point lead now for Meadowbrook. Chloe Dick on the serve for the Panthers. And a difficult one. That's halfway in between hitting it high and low, and tough one for Nicola, who is usually perfect on all the back row digs. Again, Chloe Dick. This one skims off the top of the net. Burkhardt to dig. Chloe Dick sets it. Dupler pushes it. Sichna. Good one-arm dig. Dupler again blocked at the net. In the middle is Thompson. And a hit off her again, but still in play. Dupler, back row, and everybody was up close that time. Launder tried to go back, but could not get the forearm to get it back into play. So just a 1-point lead now for Meadowbrook. Fourth set. There's Nicola, back row. Little back, over the back push. Sichna, the close set. Good job by Dupler to go down and get it. And they're going to say somebody at the bottom Alyssa Board goes over to talk about it. They're going to say somebody got, the way their arm was positioned, it was a bit of a hold. But an explanation coming now from the referee. And the referees are in contact with each other. They have headsets to talk to each other so that the far referee who made the call doesn't have to come over. But it's kind of like the game of telephone, because she'll tell this referee or this official what they're doing. Let's see if we can see it. I didn't see it, but there's our replay. South 60 Films right on top of it. But the point goes to Meadowbrook. Whatever it was a close call, but a call nonetheless. And Nat Norman will go back to serve it up by 2. Into the body of Duper, but a good job by Newland. This has to go over. Baker sends it across. Sitchna in the middle, but Thompson right back at her. Sitchna this time setting it for Smithberger, the touch. This has to go over, it's blocked. Newling gets a forearm, sends it over. The touch, great rally going on. This has to go over and does. Sitchna, cross court to Smithberger, Burkhart. But Baker, a valiant try to go get it. Just couldn't quite get there. So Meadowbrook with a 3-point lead. Boy, that was a great rally. And I'll just say it again, if you want to see, if you got other people in the house watching, bring them over. Start watching this because this is the way you play the sport right here. The mistakes that have been made are understandable. You know, it's a lack of timing, maybe a hit, but it's not a mistake of non-hustle. It's not a mistake of not caring. It's a mistake of maybe overplay. Norman serve, Dupler digs it. Burkhart to Baker, and it was tipped, but out of the reach of Journey Nicola. New Lex to within 2. Fink back in, and for the first time tonight we'll see Elizabeth Ward, the freshman. So both teams with a freshman in the lineup tonight. Ward 5'7", and good serve across, tough to play, but a good job. Burkhart goes down, and before it can hit the net, Fink sends it across. Here's Smithberger. Chloe Dick. Good job by Burkhart to stay on this side of the net and make a good play. Sitchna back across. Crowd wanted a hold there, no call. Sitchna pushes it across. Chloe Dick, Burkhart, Fink. And she finds, she is so good at that. It's like she has some kind of divining rod over there, able to find empty space. And New Lex back to within a point, 11-10. Elizabeth Ward again on the serve. Sitchna, Smithberger right back at her. That was Layla Baker. There is no fear in Layla Baker. No one's told her that you're a sophomore, you're not supposed to do that. I hope she's not listening to a replay. If you're her family, turn it down. Sitchna, cross court, Smithberger block, rides the net, and goes out. That was a spinner that should have come down because of gravity, but the spin sent it all the way across the tape. Snedeker and Newland in for the New Lexington Panthers. Meadowbrook up by a point, gets the serve back. Journey Nicola. Into the middle of the court. Burkhart sets it, Fink hits it. Sitchna. Schulteis back in there, but this will go wide right. And we are tied, here we go, at 12. If they did some kind of AI analysis of my phrases tonight, tied at would be, I think, leading the list. Baker hits the tape, gets over. Sitchna, back set. Smithberger. Fink, can't find the real estate this time. Schulteis right back toward her. Back set, Smithberger, and hits it into the net. Had to move a little bit in the air. And New Lex takes their, well, maybe they were up 1-0, but it is their first lead in some time at 13-12. Down 2-1. Sitchna hits it across. Burkhart goes cross court. Good kill, but a better dig. And this one is blocked at the net and falls in. On that rally, Nicola, great dig to keep it alive and keep the rally going. Sitchna on the serve. Newland. Burkhart, a quick touch over the net. Schulteis, this time it would have gone in, and there was Chloe Dick, who defended herself with the dig. Back set, Valentine. The set for Dupler, who went cross court, trying to save it at the end line, and they do, or the sideline. Quick push across, Good save in the net by Valentine. In the middle, feint. Another good save. A joust at the net. Schulteis a little deep. But another great rally by both of these teams. New Lexington back on top, 14-13. Everybody trying to get a little bit of air. You can see Dupler a little out of breath. They're going to ask her, they're trying to figure out who's serving. A little bit different rotation this time for New Lex, and it is Dupler. She's probably glad to be on the back line, get a breath. She can kind of dictate when she has to serve it. Serve, Norman gets underneath it at the net. That's Smithberger. She gets the kill, she'll come out as Launder comes in to serve it away. Tied at 14. Off the tape and just falls in. Good idea. Snedeker in for New Lex. Newland will go back to serve it. Up by 1 point are the Panthers. Back row, Nicola. Sichna, and then right in the middle, Presley Valentine with the kill. Lila Thompson reports in. Summer again out. And it'll be Addie Schulteis to serve it. Serve to the middle, Chloe Dick. Burkhart back to Dick. And good job by Burkhart to go get it. Chloe Dick, the long hit. Sichna runs all the way across to keep it alive. Burkhart to Chloe Dick again. Somebody got into the net. Or got under the net, over the net in a way you can't. And New Lex back up by a point. Georgia Burkhart to serve it. Kind of the dead ball to the back middle. Cross court. Goes Norman. Chloe Dick on the kill going down the line. And that time the block goes out of bounds. Presley Valentine tried to send it back. 2 point lead for New Lex. Burkhart back to again center middle. At the line, the push across by Thompson. Chloe Dick to the back row. Norman, and good kill. Between the two people set up in the back row, Newland and Dupler, and gets the Colts to within a point at 17-16. Summer again on the serve, Newland. The dig, Burkhart setting up Dick as she runs toward the net, and a great push across. I didn't think she was going to have the bearing to find a good spot. And that kill is her 1,000th kill of her career, and she does not, there's no other, anybody else that's ever done that here in New Lex. They were ready with the banner. We're just on the wrong side. Sorry we couldn't show that to you. But Chloe Dick, 1,000 kills in her career. Congratulations to the senior. And then she gets to serve. Her team up by 2. That one's going to go deep, not tipped at the net. And we're going to get a timeout. And Chloe Dick going to get a chance to get congratulated by all of her teammates. I'll say this for New Lex, and we'll keep it right here. They knew this was a great match. They didn't want to take away from that, but they did it just right. They celebrated Chloe Dick and her accomplishment of 1,000 kills in her career. And again, hats off to the senior Chloe Dick. And it wasn't one of those bombastic kills, but it might have been one of the better athletic kills because she was running toward the net without really a big jump and just had to kind of semi-hit it down the line where there was an open part of the court, and that's what she did to get kill number 1,000. Really well executed. New Lex up by 3, 19-16, but that one goes into the tape. And the Colts to within a couple. Smithberger in, replaces Launder. And it will be Nat Norman to go back and serve it for the Colts, down by 2. Newland, Georgia Burkhart, Snedeker's block! Can they get it across? No. What hustle by Nat Norman and Nora Smithberger. Did not give up on it, but a point for New Lex makes it 20-17. If you're not enjoying this at home, I don't care which side you're on, you're playing silly. New Lex up by 3, cross court to serve goes. Sitchna, long way to go to get that set. Burkhart close, blocked right back at Fink. This one's going to go down the line and go out. Fink, a good job in that rally. But at the net, really good play by Schulteis and Smithberger. Journey Nicola serving. Goes deep, Dick right at the net, a push over with one hand. And somebody into it. I don't know what no, that wasn't the call. And again, the officials are going to communicate. They're going to say something wasn't right on the dig. (20-19). At the net, Fink, at the net, a push over by Smithberger on her back. Chloe Dick able to dig it out. Cross court, it goes for Schulteis, and she hammers it home. And we are now tied at 20-20. Again, Meadowbrook up by a set, 2 sets to 1. If they can win this one, they win the match. If New Lexington wins it, we'll go to a 5th set. Going to 15, got to win by 2. This one has to go like the previous 3 to 25 at least. But we're tied at 20. Meadowbrook to serve. Journey Nicola. And we're going to get the court wiped off. And by the way, it gives your team a chance to rest a little bit too. Not a bad idea. Chloe Dick on the dig. Burkhart sets up Baker. You know she'll go deep with it. Sitchna close to Smithberger. Again, we've got people falling on the court. Dupler hits it across. Schulteis up with the big hit, and it's going to be out. And again, I don't know if it's, Chloe Dick seems to be the one that's falling. I guess when you set records, maybe there's some extra sweat. And they're going to wipe up the court because it's happening kind of that same spot. And you know who the team person is who ends up doing the towel the most, and that's Georgia Burkhart. Not a surprise there. She's kind of the quarterback of this team. Not kind of, she is. Baker going to go back. Let's see if she hits this serve to the back row, up 21-20. She does indeed. Norman able to get it to Sitchna. The hit across by Smithberger. Chloe Dick sends it across. There's Schulteis, and it is out. Schulteis has been very good going down the line. This one just goes a little wide. New Lex up 22-20. Baker again. This one just hits the top of the net. Presley Valentine back into the game. Replacing Summer again. And into the net, Addie Sitchna. I don't know how these girls are not just exhausted by this point. New Lex up 23-21. And we'll get our breath so we can make the stretch run here in set number 4. 23-21, New Lex leading, but they've got to win it or this match goes to Meadowbrook. So, timeout taken by Meadowbrook, and again, chance to clean up the court on the New Lex side. Just a little bit of condensation or sweat or something going on that side. And we're going to have a talk between the referee. I think the officials have done a good job. There have been some close calls, and in this sport, as good as these athletes go and the power that they have, that's just part of the deal. You want them to be in control. Dupler, the serve, her team up by 2. And good job by Valentine to realize nobody was going to get it. Baker, the dig. That's Fink. Lena Fink with the kill. And we are at match point, 24-21, New Lex, to send it to set number 5. And serving it again will be Dupler. Flat serve, middle third, coming right back, push over, Baker. There's Fink, and we are going to a 5th set. 25-21, New Lex. Hey, you know what? We gotta take a timeout now, because we have got to be ready for set number 5. Meadowbrook won the first 2. New Lex wins the next 2. And they're going to talk it up. Captains have gone to center court to talk to the referee as we get ready. And by the way, you're looking at the 2 setters right there. On the left is Georgia Burkhart for New Lexington. On the right is Addie Sitchna for Meadowbrook. And they're gonna toss it to see who serves. And you can see the respect they had for each other right there. I love that about high school sports, because those 2 know that this match has meant a lot for both. And I think they looked at each other with that eye that, you know, hats off to you and your team. Let's see how they do in set number 5. We'll take a quick break. I'm looking forward to calling this last one. Don't go anywhere. Call the kids. Get the relatives on the phone, because you're going to want to see it. We'll be back right after this. We are going to set number 5 here at New Lexington. Clock still at a minute. Let's see if they're going to cut that off. Meadowbrook won the first two. They were close. New Lexington won the next two. They were close. We're ready to go. And into the net, and a point right away. Journey Nicola gets the point. The libero, and she is a good server as well. And already, and you know, it's one of those things, the Meadowbrook crowd is going to be a little upset, maybe thinking there was time taken, but the reality is, if you're the coach, you do not want your players to get hurt. That is the very first thing you've got to do as a coach. So, salute to Alyssa Board for not caring and going to get it done. Chloe Dick on the dig. Cross court it goes, pushed down the line. Sitchna. Schulteisen, she puts it in the corner. And we're going to have an overrule from the referee, should have on that one, to be honest. That was a good point. And they get it right. And it is 2-1. Hit across and it's in net. I'm sorry, now it's 2-1. And it'll be Layla Baker to go back and serve it. But she likes to get it deep in the middle. See what she does here. And does it again as it ticks the top of the net. Smithberger, there's Baker to keep it alive. Across it goes Dupler in the set. The block is going to go out. And Smithberger went up and got it. But it goes wide. And we're tied at 2. Baker again with the serve. Norman. Sitchna, the block into the net. And it will go to Meadowbrook. Good job at the net by Addie Schulteis. Presley Valentine there as well. Sitchna across. Burkhart to Dupler at the net and the touch. And it comes up short and Fink can't believe it. I think she thought she was a little closer to the net than she was. And Meadowbrook goes up 4-2. Now remember, we only go to 15 in this set. Newland across. Nicola, a good. Across the net. That was Valentine. Dupler sends it across the touch by Schulteis. And she has been absolutely crushing it every time she goes up. But that time, a little bit of finesse for the point. And Meadowbrook up 5-2. Chloe Dick, the set. Burkhart back to Dick. The long spike, she had to do it at the 10-foot line. Valentine, and great kill that time from Presley Valentine. Puts her team up 6-2. And the Meadowbrook fans, but you have to look because both these teams, and we'll keep it right here, both these teams are orange and black. It's a little different shade orange, I think. I don't know what the official names are. Panther orange and Colt orange. A little brighter, a little more intense on the Panther side. But if it were a Panther and a horse, would I take the Panther? I don't know. Those horses can be pretty tough. I don't know. I guess we'll find out here in set 5. All right. 6-2 Meadowbrook to lead. And the senior setter, Addie Sitchna, to serve it. This one, boy, that one was a knuckleball. Fink with the over the head. Here's Schulteis. That time she went up with some purpose. I don't know what the kill record is at Meadowbrook, but in 3 years, we may be looking at another banner with Addie Schulteis. So much power at the top of her jump. Sitchna again. Baker in the middle. Fink. That one headed to the stands and will go out. And some people looking for cover in row 2. That's a big point for New Lex to kind of take the momentum back. And again, talking to the crowd, and I think they're a little worried about kids being in that second row. I don't know what it was. Not sure. Wish we were over there sometime. Dupler to the middle. A touch across by Smithberger. Burkhart. Chloe Dick. Cross court it comes to Schulteis. There's Newland. The dig on the line. Then Chloe Dick. Valentine in the middle. Fink. Nicola got the dig on that one. That time Schulteis couldn't get the jump on it. There's Dick, gets it at the top of the jump, but there's Norman for the dig. Schulteis! We're gonna say it's in. It was close. That makes it 8-3. And into the lineup for Meadowbrook, Kara Launder, the junior. Her serve, another good knuckleball. Fink, two-handed down the line. Sichna. Nat Norman tipped at the net and goes out. That makes it 9-3. And we're going to get a timeout called by New Lexington. We'll take it. Set number 5. Meadowbrook up 9-3 as we get closer to that 15 winning mark. Both teams have won a couple of sets tonight. We'll be back in just a moment. So set number 5, the determining set in high school volleyball. Meadowbrook won the first 2 sets. New Lexington came back to win the next 2. But Meadowbrook has reestablished their momentum up 9-3 in set number 5. And remember, we're only going to 15. You got to win by 2. Dick, Burkhart, Dick gets it back and the block will go out. And that we've seen that New Lexington has done well coming out of timeouts, and they do that there. It'll be Gracie Newland to go back and serve it. Snedeker back. And I wonder, I don't think it's raining outside. You know, once in a while these roofs sometimes have a little leak. But I don't think it was, we were calling for rain tonight. I could be wrong about that. Maybe that's what's going on. We'll get our staff meteorologist on it. I don't think it is. Sichna. Chloe Dick set up, and that'll be blocked second time. She's trying to go down the line, and the block has gone wide, makes it 9-5. A couple of big points for the New Lexington Panthers. Gracie Newell, the libero. Hit, and that one will go out. I think that was the right call. Look, at first she was going to call it in, but it goes out, and I think that's the right call. 10-5. Schulteis with the serve. The freshman goes across. Chloe Dick comes back and gets it. Schulteis, a good forearm to keep that in play. Newland, good dig on the back row. Dick cross court. Right at the net, the push across. Again, Norman, good job. And Valentine with the long kill attempt, blocked right back into her side of the court. And Meadowbrook's lead is 4. Schulteis out. And we get Summer Ginn in. Georgia Burkhart, the serve. There's Newland to dig it out. Cross court, Chloe Dick. But there's Nicola. Back set, Valentine. Newland on the dig. Burkhart sets it up. Baker, a little short of where she wanted to be, but gets it across. Valentine, I'm sorry, that's Newton's. Make that Norman's try. And she'll hustle. That was Nat Norman, good hustle. Hope she's okay. She looks to be. And that's a good timeout by Kelly Zender to get her troops collected as New Lex has pulled to within 3 in this determinative 5th set. We'll take a quick timeout. Back after this. (10-7), New Lex has cut the Meadowbrook lead to 3. Burkhart continues to serve. Launder, Sitchna, the push across from Norman. Chloe Dick, and that's in. It's right on the line. And there is that moment in the gym where that ball is just short of hitting, and here we'll see it, or we did see it. But the gym gets absolutely quiet, waiting to see what happens. Push across from Sitchna. Dupler back set. Chloe Dick a tip. Nicola sets it up. The tip at the net by Snedeker. Dupler, Burkhart, Chloe Dick, tip. But there's Nicola. Sitchna, long set. And then it goes wide from Nat Norman. New Lex has battled back. We may have had a prediction from our staff that it was going to be 10-all. Well, I'm not sure. I'm going to have that person buy a lottery ticket later. At the net, and it's going to go out, and we are tied at 10. And now I can say it was Matt Mahalka before this set started said it's undoubtedly going to go to 10-10. He wasn't confident in that for a while there, but that's exactly where we are. Burkhart still serving. Launder, Sitchna, high set, going up to get it, Norman. Burkhart, quick set, and there's Snedeker. And we'll get a timeout, we'll keep it here. I want you to hear the crowd. It's going crazy. Let's see, are we gonna see that one again? Let's watch. And when Snedeker gets it at the top, look at that. Just a quick set right in the middle. And when you're a middle setter, you can go anywhere with it. And instead, she just went down. Found the right spot. And I'm telling you, when she gets it, yeah, she'll get it over sometimes when it's not timed perfectly. But when she gets it at the top, it hasn't been stopped tonight. Snedeker thought she might be coming out of there, but she stayed. And New Lex takes an 11-10 lead. That's what we got on the board. Sitchna back set to Valentine. Dupler keeps it alive. Long kill attempt by Chloe Dick. Norman, the old 1 foot hit in the middle. Snedeker, and this one goes out. And it's going to be overruled. I don't know if we had a tip at the net or it was in, but it was overruled from the line judge's call. And now 12-10, New Lex on top. Sitchna. Valentine, what a great kill that time from the left-hander. She went cross-court deep and found a spot and gets her team to within 1. 12-11, New Lex on top. Summergin, the senior, with the serve. Newland there, deep middle. Dupler sets it up. Baker goes deep with the forehand. Wide set, the touch across, and that'll find real estate. And we are tied at 12. I get the feeling 15 is not going to be the winning score of this set. Why would it be with all that we've seen here tonight? in again. There's Dupler. Burkhart sets it up, wide side, push across. Nicola goes and gets it on the sideline. And Matt Norman with the kill. Baker and Burkhart at the net couldn't stop it. Said they sent it out to the side. And now Meadowbrook up by 1, 13-12. Newland. Burkhart back set. Chloe Dick, and that's it! Chloe Dick adds to her new Lexington record of kills. More than 1,000. And we're going to get Dupler to sit down. I think it was Dupler. Now I'm looking, no, she's still out there. Tied at 13. Burkhart able to keep it alive. Dick sets it up close to the net, but Dupler can't get it over. And this will be match point for Meadowbrook. Smithberger back in. It'll be Nat Norman to serve it for the match. Dupler, Burkhart, Snedeker the touch. Sichna gets it across. Baker, it's going to be short. And Meadowbrook's going to win it 15-13 in set 3. Or set 5, their third win. And once again, Meadowbrook's going to come out of the match with a 3-2 win, as they did at home. Only the second loss for New Lexington this season, both of them to the Meadowbrook Colts. Before we sign off tonight, I just want to say what a pleasure it's been to come and call this game, this match this evening. It has been a lot of fun, but the most fun for me tonight, working first of all with the South 60 Films people, Matt Mahalko, the director tonight, Alex, our student camera person, part of the 21st Century program here at New Lexington. The whole staff here at New Lexington, first rate. But I want to tell you, to the coaching staff of both of these teams, Alyssa Board, the coach at New Lex, Kelly Zender, the coach at Meadowbrook, the fans here tonight on both sides, to the officials tonight, who I think did a great job, but mostly to the players. No quit, played hard, everybody going into the crowd, going into the bench, running deep, understanding. And by the way, when a teammate didn't do exactly what they needed to do, everybody there was there to support her. Just the way you want to watch it. And I would tell you, you get a chance to watch either of these teams down the road, whether it's on South 60 Films or in the gym, I would tell you, come bring the kids so they can see what real athletes look like and what they do. We hope you'll do that, and that you'll also watch South 60 as we show other events around the MVL, but especially here at New Lexington High School. Again, football here Friday night with Coshocton, and then we've got soccer on Saturday here at New Lex. The girls welcome Fairfield Union at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then after that, Morgan comes to take on the boys. We hope you'll do all of that. But again, what a pleasure it has been tonight. So for all of us here at South 60 Films, again, Meadowbrook gets the win, 3-2, and all 5 sets very exciting. I'm Kevin Rao. Good night, everyone.